Put in a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Becon in the Dark. This episode of RNN Presents Becon in the Dark has been brought to you by Cabin 360, Booze, Paranormal Equipment, and GOS, Ghost of Stanton. So thank you guys. Really appreciate that. And I am Sue.
I am Marci.
Just in case you forgot or we forgot, we name ourselves. So, so tonight, and again, this was Marci's idea. It's like last minute I get caught up in doing other things. Like I put a new station on the RNN and I get caught up and Marci's like, what are we talking about? And she goes, what about? Or she'll send me links to certain things. And I'm like, oh, that's good. So then I just, type something up. But what we're actually going to be talking about today is spirit animals. So let's just give you a short, what is she talking about? Okay. Well, spirit animals are actually what is known as divine pilots on your journey of life. It actually relates to you with its unique skills and characteristics. It manifests itself to help you overcome your spiritual walk. It does that. Now, following the golden rule of everything is connected, Native Americans actually believed that each of us travel with a cardinal of spirit guides, which is a bounty of them. There are angels, mystical creatures, ancestors, and then there are the animal totems, including guys, plants, and light beings. Now, this is what the Native Americans do. And a lot of us do see animals. Now, let's just real quick, spirit animals are actually also as power animals or spirit guides as your spiritual teacher or messenger. Now, in the animal form, each individual or person has its own defined by your actually birth date of your zodiac sign. And again, this is all according to Native American lore. People actually look for spirit animal lists on various purpose, guidance, protection, power, even wisdom. They often carry hidden meanings, which the hidden in plain in sight, which again, we'll discuss certain animals and experiences we've had with particular animals also. And guys, jump in if you want us to look up one of your animals as well and what you have for spirit animals. And I want to say welcome, Ed, welcome, Linda, welcome, Renee, and welcome, Michelle. That's a little bit of Native American lore because they watched. You got to remember, the Native Americans, they would watch how the eagle flew, or what happened. The same thing with Vikings with the Danes. We would watch like the crows and the ravens, and we would watch the wolves and how what they were doing as they appeared in the same way. So everything as it appears. And again, I'll give a quick example. And then three-headed purple dire wolf. Ooh, lobo lion. Let's see, lobo, lion named Major, and the Murphy and Moose. Those are the key three. Wow, three-headed purple dire wolf. Nice. Lion, a moose, and let's see, a wolf, a lion, and a moose. Those are pretty interesting.
Where are you getting that, Susan?
Chat.
Oh,
See, a lot of individuals have wolves. I've had very, very strange totem animals over the year. Have you ever done like a meditation to find your totem animals?
well, I was told, and I had a friend Bear years ago that was Native American and black, and he made like a necklace one time out of like a metal wolf, and he loaned it to me. He's like, anytime you feel like you're in danger, it'll howl.
Right.
And so they'll call upon us. And what started this whole thing, as I said last week or 2 weeks ago, was like a peacock. And that's why I thought about the spirit animals, because this time I saw a cougar with cubs. And that's what started this whole thing with Susan.
Huh.
And when I read about the cougar, we've got my medicine cards. You can see how well I've never gotten one before, but that's the cougar on it. And it reminded me a lot of of this group. Is it okay if I read it, Susan?
Yeah, go ahead. And then we're going to take care of the people in the chat room and let them know what their totem animals mean. And as she's looking it up, you have it?
I found it. Okay, we got mountain lion.
Right.
So this, I think, pertains to the radio show with us. The mountain lion can be a very difficult power totem for you to have because it places you in a position to be targeted for the problem of others. You could be blamed for things going wrong or for always taking charge when others cannot. You could become the perfect justification of the insecurity of others. Mountain lion medicine involves lessons on the use of power and leadership. It is the ability to lead without insisting that others follow, and the understanding that all beings are potential leaders in their own ways. The use and the abuse of power in a position of influence are part of this great cat's medicine.
Right.
By observing, and it reminds me of how we don't judge anybody,
Exactly.
and we're empowering people. By observing the graceful pounces of mountain lion, you will learn how to balance power, intention, physical strength, and grace. This relates in human terms in the balance of the body, mind, and spirit. The giant feline never wastes anything. It only kills what it needs for survival. The female lion is a hunter who graces her table in a style akin to mother energy. If mountain lion has come to you in a dream, it is a time to stand in your conviction and lead yourself where your heart takes you. Others may choose to follow, and the lesson will multiply. If you have pulled the card to the mountain lion, you may be asked to review the purpose behind your personal beliefs. You may need to discover whether or not your plans include a pride of cups, which is what you guys remind me of,
Mm-hmm.
um, wanting to be like you or to share in your dreams. If you're already a leader, the questions may be whether or not the time has come to push the cubs out of the cave. If you're aligned with cat medicine, you are considered to be king of the mountain and never allowed to be human or vulnerable. The pitfalls are many of the rewards that are great. In assuming the place of power the mountain lion affords, you must constantly be aware of keeping peace. However, you can never make everyone happy unless you lie to yourself or others. This is human nature. Therefore, the first responsibility of leadership is to tell the truth. Know it and live it, and your example will filter down into the tiniest cub in the pride. Responsibility is no more than the ability to respond to any situation. Panic is not part of the sacred medicine.
Sorry, I had to get my fan. I'm dying over here. I'm like,
Why?
I know it was hot. So, and that's what it is. See, as far as like spirit animals themselves, there's like a slight difference between a totem animal and a spirit animal. Now, again, this is all according to the Native Americans. Like a good example would be crows and ravens follow me around everywhere. They have my whole life. That could be in Native American terms considered a totem animal. But because of being the Danes, the Viking, and Icelander, that's another reason why they follow me around. Now, as far as wolves, okay, wolves are extremely loyal. You have to remember wolves mate for life. So, of course, it stands to reason that if you have a totem that's actually a wolf, you're dealing with loyalty, intelligence, and devotion to your family. But the thing that you need to remember is if you're seeing the wolf, you need to see what the wolf is actually doing. That's the extremely important. Let's see. What it means when you see, okay, if you see a wolf in its natural habitat or dreams or other visions, it may be signaling. There you go. Got it. I have on the wrong glasses to read this, but I can't see the screen without these, so it's a combination of what? Okay, wait, I can see it now. Sorry. Anyways, so let's see. If you see a wolf in its natural habitat or dreaming around other visions, it may be a signal you to attend to family matters. The wolf can also help you to establish priorities, stabilize your emotions, and keep you from forming inappropriate relationships. And again, that could mean friendships as well. Some friendships are not healthy and you refuse to let go of them, and then you kick yourself after a while, but that's okay. In some instances, it actually appears in order to help you balance independence with order and structure. Now, at other times, a wolf comes to encourage you to embrace your wild side. Renee, embrace your wild side. She goes, again? So that's the wolf. Now the next one she has is a lion and a moose. So I got the wolf. So let's see if we can find the lion and a moose. If you want to look up moose, I'll look up lion. So we'll
Okay.
tag team this sucker. Let's see. Lion. That's wolf, woodpecker. Hold on. I'm trying to see what I got in this book.
Okay, I
Beaver,
got moose on
butterfly.
mine.
I got moose on mine. I'm looking for
You want me to
lion.
read mine?
Yeah, read the moose while I look for lion.
Okay. Moose. Moose is found in the north of the medicine wheel, as in buffalo. North represents, and this kind of like when I would have dreams of horses. My friend Shauna, who's Native American, she's like, were they going north, south, east, and west? What color are they? So you have to look at all those things too. North represents a place of wisdom. Self-esteem is a medicine of moose because it represents the power of recognizing that wisdom has been used in situation and that recognition or part on the back is deserved. Moose is the largest member of the deer family and has great strength. The call of the male moose is an awesome thing to hear on a musky spring night. His pride in the maleness and his desire to share his seed with the moose cow displays on his sense of self-esteem. The bellow of the moose can be viewed as positive force since it represents a willingness to tell the world about his feelings. This tell the world trait contains a joyfulness which only comes with a sense of accomplishments. There is no greater joy than job well done. This trait is therefore not seeking of approval, but rather an enjoyment of sharing because of the spontaneous explosion of joy that comes from the deepest part of one's being. The wisdom woven throughout the scenario is that creation constantly brings forth new ideas and further creation. Moose is telling us that joy should be shouted with pride. The wisdom in doing the shouting is that joy is catching, in a sense. The bellowing is a way for all of us to lighten up and give ourselves or each other a well done. Moose medicine people have the ability to know when to use the gentleness of deer and when to activate the stampede of buffalo. They understand the balance between giving orders to get things done and having willingness to do things themselves. The wisdom of the moose medicine is akin to the grandfather warrior who has long since put away his war paint and is now advising the young bucks to cool their blood. Moose medicine is often found in elders who have walked the good red road and have seen many things in their earth walk. Their joy lies in being the teachers of the children and being the first ones to give encouragement. This is to say that moose medicine do not use the wisdom to warn as well as give praise because they do. Moose medicine people know what they say, when to say it, and to whom. The elders are honest and honored in tribal law for their gifts of wisdom, for their teaching abilities, and for the calmness of the imparted counsel. If you are wise beyond your years and have the gift of moose medicine, use this gift to encourage others to learn and grow. There are many facets of the wisdom of the moose medicine. If you have chosen the moose card, you have to reason to feel good about something you have accomplished on your journey. This may be a habit you have broken, a completion of some sort, an insider goal, or a new sense of self that you have fought hard to earn. It is time of feeling harmonious pride, recognizing those who aided in your process. One good exercise in moose medicine is to write down things you can love about yourself and your progress in life. Then apply these same things to friends, family, co-workers, and life. Don't forget to share the findings with others. They need the encouragement as much as you do.
So, Renee, I told her to get on the wild side. She says, if I get any wilder, I'll need bail. And she also said that makes sense with Murray. Murray, I am a teacher. Now, I did find the lion online because I only have so many totems in this book. This was like the first cut of something that somebody gave me. But now, as far as the lion, what you're dealing with is the lion is extremely powerful animal. It actually symbolizes strength, courage, dominance, protection, and leadership. People with the lion as their totem are usually quite independent, have a strong sense of themselves. They are typically confident in making decisions while also being aware of the consequences that it may bring. The lion can also represent a guardian spirit to actually guide you to what you need. Now, let's see what else it actually says. All right. Now, again, having a totem as far as the lion, you're gonna, let's see, the benefits, guidance and wisdoms. Let's see again, protection, connection to nature, personal growth, and symbolic meanings. Totems actually carry symbolic meanings that resonate with your soul. They can inspire creativity, courage, and healing. As far as personal growth, self-awareness, personal growth, they actually reflect aspects to your personality quality and aspire you to develop them. They act as guardians and shield you from negative energies or harm. That's awesome. Let's see. They offer insight and wisdom, and they can also help you navigate life challenges and decisions. So that's pretty cool. And that's all Renee. Now, a lot of you might and might not know who your totem animals are. Now, me, I've got weird ones. See, I don't know. Do you know how many you have?
Well, mine fluctuate, but my main ones are like the spirit of the jaguar.
Right.
And that's what the drawing was. And I had a friend that was Eastern Indian, and he actually said, I'm a black jaguar, which is like mysterious, powerful. They will come in at different times as to the balance. I would see like black and white tigers. It was
Right.
like whatever we're going through at that particular time in our life,
Right.
that they will show up, you know.
I think some of my main ones is, believe it or not, yes, I have a wolf. I do have a wolf. And on my wolf's head is just the really weirdest thing. On my wolf's head is a crow. On the wolf's head. It's so weird. Literally, when I first went in, I used to dream that I was flying all the time. And there was a crow that sits on the right on the head of my wolf. And then I have some mystical creatures in the background as well, which could actually be quite interesting. Oh, Linda would like to know. Let's see. Are they pulling from? No, this is information based on meditation or certain things. There is a meditation. It's a quick meditation. Well, it's not really quick. We have to kind of pretend we're tiring you out. And it was a journey I went to actually find my totem animal. And that's when I found I actually already had two. So, and that was the weird thing. And I went on this journey with a Native American that kind of showed me what to do. So, I mean, we can do that sometime for you guys, but certain animals, totem animals, spirit guides that you see, like let's right off the bat, there's squirrels everywhere around where I live. When you see a squirrel gathering nuts, do you know what that means, guys? What are they doing? They're gathering nuts and burying them. So what are they doing? They're saving them. So what is it time to do? It's time to save. That is a spirit animal or just an animal crossing your path telling you, okay, it's time for you to save right now. There is something that's actually going to be I saw the cougar in the back of my car, and the snake was in the middle, asleep, awake place. Oh, nice. Okay, so she has a cougar and a snake. Let's see which one I got here. That's a skunk, not a snake.
Oh, isn't the cougar the mountain lion anyway?
Kind of slightly different. Mine is all Native American is what this is, and I can't seem to find. I find fish. Hold on. I know I have other ones here. So let's see if we can find the snake. So snake would be under the ground ones. And then a cougar is slightly different from a mountain lion. Black cougar. So I do have another book, but I just really enjoy the information this one gives. And I know a snake represents something in Chinese lore.
Do you want me to read the one on this one?
What do you have, snake or cougar?
I've got snake.
Okay, you do snake. I'll look up cougar.
Okay. 61. Does this seem to fit everything that goes on? And they will change.
Yeah.
If you can ever get this book and do your own readings, it's helped me a lot. And I'll see snakes a lot as far as what's going on. Snake medicine people are very rare. Their initiation involves experiencing living through multiple snake bites, which allows them to transmute all poisons, be them mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional. The power of the snake medicine is the power of creation, for it embodies body, sexuality, psychic energy, alchemy, reproduction, and ascension, or immortality. The transmutation of the life, death, rebirth cycle is exemplified by the shedding of the snake skin. It's the energy of the wholeness, cosmic consciousness, and the ability to experience anything willingness and without resistance. It is acknowledged that all things are equal in creation, and that those things which might be experienced as poison can be eaten, ingested, integrated, and transmuted if one has a proper state of mind. I think that's kind of like when I talk about like the energy and empowering and not take everything personally as far as what's going on.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Off the Atlantean, and that's one of my guides, the Atlantean, who later returned to Hermes and was a father of alchemy, used the symbology of two snakes intertwining around a sword to represent healing. I'm talking on the radio. We're doing spirit animals today. Bye.
Hi.
Thoth and was a father of alchemy, and the symbology of two snakes intertwining around a sword to represent healing. Complete understanding and acceptance of the male and female within each organism creates a melding of the two into one, thereby producing divine energy. This medicine teaches you on a personal level that you are a universal being. Through accepting all aspects of your life, you can bring about the transmutation of the fire medicine. This fire energy, when functioning on the material plane, creates passion, desire, procreation, and physical vitality. Maybe that's why she needs to stay out of trouble. Okay, on the emotional plane, it becomes ambition, creation, resolution, and dreams. On the mental plane, it becomes intellect, power, charisma, and leadership. When the snake energy reaches the spiritual plane, it becomes wisdom, understanding, wholeness, and connection to the Great Spirit. If you have chosen this symbol, there is a need within you to transmute some thought, action, or desire so that wholeness can be achieved. This is a heavy magic, but remember, magic is no more than a change in consciousness. Become the magician or the enchantress, transmute the energy, and accept the power of fire.
Wow.
I love that book.
Yeah, that's totem animals, right? Now I just looked up cougar. Now the things are cougar can actually coincide with mountain lion as well.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So let's see. What does she say? Snakes are for wisdom, ancient knowledge, and intuition. I have a rattlesnake and he's 5 foot tall. Wow. So I actually had to look this one up online because I have limited information over here on this one. But the cougar is also known as a puma. That's why it's hard, which is a form of a mountain lion. It's actually a large wild cat in the Americas, known for its power, grace, and skills. The cougar has long held a symbolic meaning for the indigenous cultures across North and South America. This guide will actually help provide comfort, look, and place. Hold on. For indigenous people of America, the cougar is held in deep symbolic meaning and was seen as an important spirit guide. The Aztecs associated the cougar with the sun and loyalty, believing it was a sacred animal that carried spirits of the deceased elite warriors. the Andean culture, like the Inca, the cougar was actually linked to power and valor, with the cougar imaginary use decorating for with battle armor for warriors. Now, across North America, cougars actually symbolize a variety greatly among tribes in the nation. To the Apache and the Cherokee, the cougar represents leadership, vision, and guardianship. Lakota see the cougar as a symbol of bravery, and as in the face of death, they face death fearlessly, like Vikings, victory of Valhalla. Some of the North tribes, let's see, popularity of the cougar is actually um, a trickery or a myth figure. So it really depends on the culture, but mostly it's a power, leadership, change, transformation, agility and vision, balance and power, and feminine energy. Also, a protector of the family. So let's see. Let's look up the power and leadership. With regal bearing the aspects of the predator status, the cougar is raw power and mystery over its environment. As a spirit animal, it can represent coming into a position of leadership or gaining personal power. Also, the cougar sighting can actually signify self transformation, its agility to forecast, support moving quickly when opportunity arises. Let's see, the cougar's sleek elegance and foreseen actually reflects the wildness of the primary female. That's awesome. It reflects the cougar to the face necessary traits and challenges, trials and challenges. So you're able to face those without an issue. The cougar understands the power, the proper use of power, so it doesn't, misuse its power. Also, the cougar sighting can actually mean taking measures to protect your farm family or to guard your boundaries and territories. So that's actually pretty interesting.
Well, what I do is anytime I get a vision of an animal,
Right,
I look up and I type in spiritual meaning of the animal,
right,
and they will tell me what that means. Like, the black and white tiger, the balance of male female,
right.
darkness and light. So you could always look these up yourself if you get a feeling, or you'll hear a sound or an animal. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to visualize it. We can hear whatever that totem is trying to connect with us.
There.
I gotta hit a tone.
That's you hit a tone. There's one more book. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm back.
I see.
Now, this is another book. This book is very, very long and detailed. It's another reference book I have. It's called Animal Speak. I'm not getting paid to advertise this, just so you guys know, but I find it extremely good reference book. It's spiritual and magical powers of the creatures, great and small. So there's a lot more information in this book than in this one. These are the helpers. This has a lot more in it. But of course, you're not going to find mystical creatures in here. What if some of us have mystical creatures? To us, over here in the United States, they're mystical, but to Japan, to China, they're not mystical.
No, I will hear the sirens, and my friend Raven did a drawing of a mermaid, and it's like Marci in her tones. Or I've been told I have a golden dragon. They are in other dimensions, and
Yes,
they
they
are
are.
real. The fairies are real. The dragons are real. All those, they're all, again, different dimensions and different energy. When you hit a certain frequency, they will contact you, or all of a sudden you will get them. So you think you've lost your mind, but they're actually communicating with you And that's like I was telling Susan, my son has a really strong connection with mermaids. He drew mermaids. We went to the river festival, and he's like, I found a dragon knife. And he goes, and there's mermaid knives. And so I talked him into it. We each got one. And I was telling Susan, I have a strong connection with the mermaids. So I got a mermaid knife. And and then he picked, I said, well, what color dragon do you want? And he's like, I want the golden one. So he picked the golden one. And then there was a blue and a purple one. I was drawn to the blue one. So we each got a mermaid knife. And my guides told me to put the knife on that crystal that I got, a couple of months ago. So the knives are air. So if you look at that element of energy,
Yeah.
they'll have us do things we don't know why we're supposed to do them.
Well, a knife to some of the pagan cultures also, that's how they direct their energy or
Right.
draw their pentagrams in the air, so they do use knives for that, other than protection. And I'm a knife collector. I love knives. I love knives and
Right.
swords. I always have.
And then my friend Sue that does her wands, she did a copper wand.
Right.
And my son wanted it. So because he's my son, he was like 12 or 13. I gave it to him. I wouldn't give it to anybody else. We
Right.
used to go to psychic fairs, and I'd have to get his stuff as well as my stuff.
Yeah.
But it's encouraging, if you see something, a mermaid, a dragon, some type of symbolic. When I was at the, I told this story before where there was a big dragon. I didn't know the dragons were real. And then Elohim's like, it's to protect the other dragons. I got swords with the dragons. If
Right.
something's drawn to you, and then sometimes they'll come in through it and they'll start communicating to you.
I did find something and this is the thing. Some of us out there do have dragons as totem. It's something that we have. Now, what I did was I looked up dragons in general, what their spiritual meaning are as far as a totem. Now, again, it's Eastern culture or China. Now, Eastern, of course, is power, wisdom, and good fortune. China, it's the emperor embodying his authority and control over the elements. So again, some dragons do have to do with the elements. Mystic Chinese dragon, the serpent, being wise rain. Now, my dragon isn't a Chinese dragon, the one that I have. But see, there's like two sides of everything. Dragons can also represent chaos, greed, and primal danger, depending on your actual dragon. And here is where we're getting to it, okay? Now, Celtic dragons, for example, are associated with water and the earth, and they symbolize change and transformation. That's one of me. The other part of me, the North dragons, are like a fearsome, gnawing at the roots of the world tree. Yggdrasil actually represent decay, rebirth, and inherit in the universe. So now we're taking two separate cultures of me, which is my Norse culture, which is the Danes, the Vikings, and then we're taking the Celtic culture. So there's transformation, there's symbols. We're dealing with the elemental energy. We're also dealing with the dragons that we're eating the roots of Yggdrasil. So it depends on which one, but it talks about what are they doing when they're eating. They could be eating the roots that were gone to make way for the rebirth. Now remember, ending of old, beginning of new is what the death usually represents when people that are reading that particular card. So it really does. Dragons, they do represent something when we're dealing something like this. So one of my totems, yes, is a dragon. So, and it makes sense with the two different cultures, the two different meanings of those.
Well, and that's like, I think I was telling you about the story with Gayatri in India.
Right.
And I met her, we were online, and she didn't do any drawing. She was up all night channeling the dragon. She even made dragon cards. She ended up, that's what she was doing. So it may be a calling that we're supposed to do, like, Susan's artwork. She's doing stones. I'm going, you probably are being guided on what stones to paint or what you're doing on these different things.
Oh, my new clay things. Yeah. I'll be showing those on YouTube later. Yeah, my new clay thing. So, um, yeah, we are. And then that's like one part of me is the dragon. Another part of me is the wolf.
Right. Well, they were
Okay. And then the other part is a crow, which
right.
is weird.
And
Most
I
people,
will have
God, I got an
eagles.
eagle. No, I've got a crow.
Well, and my other Indian name when I got the challenge drawing was White Eagle, the chief among 12 chiefs. I will
Right.
see an owl at times. I will see the eagle. I will see whatever it is that are communicating
Right.
that are going on at that particular thing that we're going through.
Oh, they're a dragon type of ETs, really off their planets, different than the Draco races and the reptilian races. Dragons are awesome. That was from Nikki. Now, as far as like crows, if you guys, want us to look at a totem animal you have, we still have 20 minutes left. So if not, we're going to talk about us, just so you know. All right. So communication skills, crows, they represent communication. They always say crows are the messengers of the dead. That's the way they've always said it. Weariness, intelligent, and magical knowledge. Now, when you see a crow in its natural habitat or in a dream or other visions, it might signal to you that you should be more alert and wary. In some cases, it actually suggests a betrayal is likely or really or already actually occurred. A crow may appear when you begin a new course of study in order to encourage and guide you. Sometimes crows are alerting you to the arrival of a letter or message. Now, as far as me and crows, I think they're connected with me because of the channel. Okay. And I think my channel just widened. That's just really weird. All of a sudden, it felt like it went.
No, Susan. I was
It
going
felt
to
like
tell
it
you,
just went like this.
Susan, hold on. I was watching you. I'm seeing a big giant eagle with its wings spread open behind you. So you're saying the channel is open,
Right.
and that's what your animal is now. I could read the
Ah,
eagle.
ha! Let's compare notes.
Go back to our books.
Back to our books. I love animal totem books. I really
I
do.
do too. So
All
this
right.
one's 40.
Elephant. There's no eagle in this one. Really? It's an Indian book with no eagle. Go ahead.
Well, I'll read the eagle, and I'm seeing the wings spread open, so I think things are about ready to take over with you that are going on. Okay, the eagle. Eagle medicine is the power of the Great Spirit, the connection to the divine, is ability to live in the realm of spirit and yet remain connected and balanced within the realm of the earth. Eagle soars and is quick to observe expansiveness within the overall pattern of life. From the heights of the clouds, eagle is close to the heavens where the Great Spirit dwells. Are you burping? Making me burp, Susan.
Is it an eagle or a hawk?
No, I'm reading eagle.
No, I mean, did it look, because they're very similar.
No, this is an eagle.
Huh.
I'm seeing the wings. The feathers of eagles are considered the most sacred of healing tools. They have been used for centuries by shamans to cleanse the auras of patients coming in, which is like you and your teeth.
Yeah, I pretty much.
To cleanse the aura, you said your teeth. The patients are coming for healing. Within the belief system of the Native American tribe, eagle represents a state of grace achieved through hard work, understanding, and the completion of the test of initiation, which results in the taking of one person's power, which is what we're teaching. It is only through the trial of experiencing the lows in life as well as the highs, through the trial of trusting one's connection to the Great Spirit, and that the right to use the essence of eagle medicine is earned. If you have pulled the symbol, eagle is reminding you to take heart, gather your courage, for the universe is presenting you with an opportunity to soar above the mundane levels of your life. The power of recognizing this opportunity may come in the form of a spiritual test. In being astute, you may recognize a place within your soul, personality, emotions, and psyche that need bolstering or refinement. By looking at the overall tapestry, eagle teaches you to broaden your sense of self beyond the horizon, what is presently visible. In learning to fiercely attack your personal fear, which is what we've talked about with you, of the unknown, the wings of your soul will be supported by the ever-present breezes, which are the breath of the Great Spirit. Feed your body, the more importantly, feed your soul within the realm of Mother Earth and Father Sky. The dance that leads to the flight involves the conquering of fear and the willingness to join the adventures that you are co-creating with the divine. If Eagle has majestically soared into your cards, you are being put on notice to reconnect with the element of air, which is what we were talking about, the swords. Air is of the mental plane, and in the instance of the higher mind, wisdom comes in many strange and curious forms, and is always related to the creative force of Great Spirit. If you've been walking in the shadows of former realities, Eagle brings illumination. Eagle teaches you to look higher and to touch Grandfather's Son with your heart, to love the shadow as well as the light. See the beauty in both, and you will take flight like the eagle. Eagle medicine is a gift we give to ourselves, remind us of the freedom of the sky. Eagles ask you to give permission to legalize freedom and to follow the joy your heart desires.
Oh, see, that's what I've been doing. I think,
I know, that's why I'm seeing the eagle with
the new things that I've been creating bring me happiness as I'm creating them, because it's like I can't paint or draw, but evidently I can work with clay, which is hilarious.
Well, and you are painting. You're painting your mushrooms and whatever.
Yeah, I don't mean pictures and stuff.
I know, but you don't need to paint that. I mean,
I
did a black and white automatic drawing with Mother Mary at 4:00 in the morning. You know, it's like the message is a message.
And this is true, Linda. This is very true. I'll explain this in a minute. We have crows over here a couple of years ago.
We do too. You can sometimes hear the crows in the trees.
Yeah. They were attacking my grandson on his way to school. He was 13. I had to get him some peanuts in shells to gift them so he could make peace with them.
Oh.
Let's see. They stopped attacking him after that. Now, here's the thing. Crows remember everything. Everything. And so if you mistreat a crow, the entire pack will know. But if you treat them correct, they will guard you. And, you know, I have a definite proof of a little short story of this. There was a baby crow that was learning to fly, and it landed on the deck, the back deck where I go outside to smoke. It's a little patio in the back. So the baby crow was there, and I was very gentle explaining that mom was up in the tree screaming for this baby to get out. So I had to gently explain to him that he needed to get out, because, you know, mommy missed him, and I'm talking to him like he's a person, like I do my dog. But then, so he left, he got reunited with his mom, which is good. Now I'd say probably about the same summer, there was an eagle going around snatching dogs, a hawk, actually. This hawk was going around snatching dogs, and I have a small dog. So the eagle looked like it started to come down. Do you know the crows came and stopped the eagle from coming down? Now, I know for a fact that crows do remember. This could have been one of the crows that I assisted.
Right.
You know, I didn't shoot it or to scare it. I was very gentle with it.
If you talk to them, or I'll do my tones. I'm not sure if they're drawn to my tones, but when I was in India, when I used to talk to Gayatri, and our time was 12 hours difference, I would do my tones, and the birds would be out there relating to it.
Yep.
It's like the animals love my tones. You remember we were talking about my dog?
Yep.
You know, they communicate with that really well. The vibration, the energy. I got to hit a low note. Somebody needs to release something. There's like some stuck energy and some, but it's almost like a birth or an energy or a release.
Oh.
I was doing tones on my friend Raven, and she goes, your tones are going into the earth and releasing like the negative energy or the negative. So I don't know if it's like the whole vibrations of that.
Right.
But somebody had to release something like a tire stuck in mud, and this will help them get free. There's like a high-pitched sound coming out. Maybe it's Linda. I don't know who it is, but I just got the visual of it.
Okay, sorry, I was reading the chat too. I agree. I've seen that too. Crows remember everything. Their flocks will actually know it too. Yeah, that's why I try to make sure to talk or whisper or even whistle mildly to respond positively. Yeah, I do that. It's like I'll be at the grocery store and the crows are everywhere I go, everywhere I move, crows are around me always. It's been like this my whole life. So it's just at the point where they start going, and I'm like, okay, what's the matter? What do you need? What's going
They
on?
also like gold trinket things. They also, I've read
Yeah.
stories where they bring gifts.
Yeah, it's
You
really
know,
hard around here because, somebody probably steal it.
I don't know. They one person that they saved in.
Oh, Linda felt that in the middle of her chest.
Oh, good.
Yes. So she said she felt that in the middle of her chest. So she could be the one actually doing the releasing. So if you guys are really interested in the animal information, like I said, there's a lot of different things. There's the tarot deck with the book that actually comes. This one here, I think this one, if I am looking to find out what's happening, because at one point, oh God, funny story, but not funny. I was actually out doing readings at a place, and it was at night, and I was doing them outside. What keeps following me? A skunk. It's like, what the hell? So the lady of the witch shop, because I'm still doing this psychic reading on this person as the skunk's coming, and I'm holding her hands, moving her towards the door as I'm still reading her. And the owner of the witch shop going over, and she had to go get the book to figure out why these skunks kept going over to me. It's, what do I need to do to stop this? So I mean, it's funny now, but I was like, son of a gun, at the time. But it's really funny now. So books like this, like Animal Speak, I don't know if there's an updated one. They go into detail of what happens. This is where I got the information
Well,
about
also
like the squirrels.
these cards they'll have them in reverse also.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and they do have skunk on, as far as
So yeah, she had to go through the book, and I don't even remember what the hell skunk means, but she had to go through the book to find out what the heck a skunk meant, because it would not leave me alone. Normally mice will chase people or other things around here, and I'm like, what the hell does this bloody skunk want? Skunk. Yep, that's what was chasing me. Let's see what it says here. Self-esteem, adaptability, strong defenses. Let's see. In its natural habitat in our dream, it may be a sign that you should fortify your defenses and protect yourself. I was trying to. Let's see. Skunk comes to help you strengthen your self-esteem so you can easily be intimidated or controlled by others. Evidently, at that time, yeah, I would have to agree. I probably was being controlled by someone else. But at that point, it was like the skunk was controlling me as I was trying to walk inside, holding the hands because I was channeling energy, and I didn't want to stop because I had a loved one. So she was laugh crying at the time. It was bloody hilarious now that I think about that. Some of these weird memories that come back. It was so funny.
Well, I'm just skimming through. It says skunk medicine people have the ability to attract others, and they are very charismatic. At the same time, the other side of their natural power is to repel those who seek to take energy from them without recycling the gifts they have taken. Skunk medicine also know how to use the energy that flows and will attract a lover. Some people call this, okay. If skunk medicine is good to learn how to handle energy flows, modern psychologists call this body language. In tribal teaching, this is your personal medicine which you are showing to others. Use your medicine well and know that you are known for your reputation. How to use your energy will attract either honor or disgrace. You may want to examine what energy you are putting out that creates the present situation. If you have chosen the symbol, you're being asked to notice the kinds of people you're attracted to. It's an integral favorite characteristic. Have enough self-esteem to recognize their characteristics within yourself. Walk tall and be proud of the accomplishments you made. Bear in mind that what you believe about yourself, your ultimate protection, project self-respect.
Oh my God. Yeah. I agree. It's like these books come in handy. I was at one point, I'm allergic to spiders. I had spiders everywhere I looked. When I looked it up, I find out spiders is knowledge you're not sharing. That's why that's the message they wanted me to keep sharing whatever knowledge. Okay. So I started podcasting. So, and then when I stepped back a bit and I was only doing readings, but I wasn't sharing knowledge, they started to come back. So it's like, okay, we got to do something else here. And then lately, I'm now being chased by bees, which I also can't be around. It's like, really, people? So bees in this book is activity, fertility, and industry. So when a beer appears, start of a
But if you
artistic
look at bees,
people.
because I've seen those too, where I've seen honey.
Yeah.
We're also forming as a group of bees right now. We're creating honey. We're forming all that other stuff that goes on.
It also deals with creativity. So
Right.
then I started creating the new stuff. So that finally died down. So as long as I continue the knowledge, continue creating, I won't get stung and blow up like. Oh my God, I'll tell you. But that's what it is. It's like I'll see a bunch of something. It's like, okay, I got to look it up in the book. And so I do find books on, Animal Speak is one of my favorites. I've had this one for a long time. It's by Ted Andrews. That's one of my favorites for the long, detailed information. Honey feeding, you are feeding us knowledge. Yeah, the spiders was knowledge. So now I know that's why I do the 2 shows now. So I can share the knowledge with Marci, and I can still do the readings on Tuesday. So that's all set. Spiders leave me alone. Now I got to continue being creative, because you figure bees, when they create, right? Do you see their hives? They create that stuff.
Well, it is
It's pretty
honey
cool.
of what's going on. I got to get another tone. Somebody's coming through. I'm getting that feeling again. But I think
Going
it's
Stevie
acknowledging
Wonder.
What?
Stevie Wonder. Okay, let's try this time.
I'm hearing the mermaids with the sirens. But yeah, if you guys think you're losing your mind by getting visions of mermaids, dragons,
There's a reason.
they're there. They're communicating with you. You've just got to, hello, and what do you want?
Yeah, I do that literally on a daily basis. How many of you guys have animals and you go, okay, mommy will be right back, or daddy will be right back? I say that all the time. Like, Jay will walk out the door for minutes. No, daddy's coming back. Don't panic. And I talk to him like he's a little baby. I do the same thing outside to animals in nature. Unless they're spiders. And they say, okay, get the head, leave me alone.
So that all seemed to fit, because she ended up getting like her own little reading with the different visions and putting all those different aspects of your personality together, and like a puzzle. And
yeah, it was like a journey. It goes from being chased by skunks to now actually growing, and then finally getting the other ones as far as me. And over the years, your animals have grown too. We all see different animals in life all the time. It's just paying attention especially paying attention to what they're doing in nature, because then it's easier. As far as this, it'll give you the general meaning of what it is they represent.
Once you acknowledge
detail is this one.
And don't say this is my imagination or I'm losing my mind.
Yes.
Just what are you trying to communicate? And
Exactly. What if
what is
you're,
energy?
what if it's not like do anybody ever make pictures in clouds? I see dragons in clouds. I'll go to the store and all of a sudden I'll see a stuffed dragon. I'll see a poster of a dragon. Okay, well, then I know the dragon's trying to tell me something. It doesn't necessarily mean this 50-ton dragon's going to be flying outside my 7th floor window saying,
Or Biden.
okay, let's go. No, it doesn't say that.
Well,
It could be
that's what I
anything.
said. That's what I was telling my son.
Like the mermaids with you. I wonder if there's.
Yeah, the mermaids
Let me
and
see if I can find mermaid here.
the mermaids and the dragons, and because he's been getting readings all of his life with my friends. So, and they told me he's like a really, really old soul anyway. But it's like, go get it. We had issues with spending $10 to pay for the money. It's like, use the $10 for the knives. So we each got them, and then things you might get visions with the knives, or the cards or whatever. Things pop out. The scrying. The scrying is looking at the side of the mirror. That's the water scrying. My friend Raven was like, you need to clear the mirrors. Fire scrying. If you start getting these visions, then they're telling you something.
Ooh, okay, mermaids. If you're attracted to mermaids right now, I just found it. Mermaids actually stand for creativity, intuition, and your unconscious mind. They actually show the freedom of nature, the natural world, and our wild side. Marci's got a wild side. Mermaids remind us to embrace change and inner magic. In myth, mermaids were seen as ominous disasters or temptations, but what they actually symbolize is hope, rebirth, and a new beginning. So there's a reason you're attracted to the mermaids right now.
Well, and that's why I had to figure out what color I wanted. He wanted the gold one. I'm like,
And
but I
blue.
wanted him to, and I picked the blue. I was like,
Yeah.
he goes, I thought the purple. I said, no, the blue. But
Yeah.
he's like,
So
I used
colors
to,
also represent certain things. So it really depends. The blue, yeah.
and the blue is also like, I have a blue cape. I had to get a cape,
Yeah,
And
see, I
then,
got dragon collection, skull collection,
yeah,
fairy
yeah.
collection, Scooby collection, but there's always, and of course my Viking collection.
Yeah,
But
your room's like my room. It's like
yes,
the hot August night. We've got, and then he brought me back these big buckets
yeah.
of the Jason Momoa thing. What's the underwater movie that
Oh,
they
I
did?
don't need Jason Momoa. I got my own
I
right
know.
in the other
But
room.
he gave me the buckets on that. He got me posters on Avatar because he works in the movie theater. There's no room for anything, but it's all sectioned off,
Yeah, it is.
eclectically organized.
Hey, it's a very organized mess. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, but the happy place of the different energies that are going on. The cards are in my hot August nights.
All right, guys. Well, it's 8:00 or 8:03, and I hope you really did enjoy the information that we were sharing with you and just having a good time chatting. Found out about certain animals. Now you'll be able to laugh the night away about me being chased by skunks, spiders, and bees. What the heck? Hey, look it up. Watch nature. Watch what's happening around you. See what they're doing. Are they flying in clusters? Is it a single? Are they sitting? Are they eating? Are they saving? What are these animals
Anything
doing
that jumps
as you're
out at
looking up?
you, anything that jumps out at you, you'll get a vision, you'll hear it, you'll see it.
Yep.
You'll see something and it'll be jumping out of a page. That's how with the tarot reading.
Exactly.
Certain aspects will jump out. It's like, oh, okay. We gotta do this. We gotta hit one more note.
Okie dokie. Wow, I swear if I didn't have my headphones on, I would have had a glass break that time.
I've had mirrors break, you know that.
Yeah. Oh, all right, guys. Peace out. Okay. See you guys over on YouTube for my other thing in half hour.
Oh, how are we doing on the ratings, Susan? Last time when I talked to you, were like 880.
Yeah, I didn't even look. I've just finally been enjoying the fact that food, I can eat food now.
Oh, I know. I've lost more
Food.
weight. I'm like 160 now. And
That's
I got
good.
all this energy, it's like, oh, good. At least the show's coming on, you know.
Peace.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.